This is the Lancer Locker Show on KYNT. Now, let's talk some Mount Marty University athletics with the coaches, as well as your host and the voice of Mount Marty University athletics, Tel Tanner.
Back on a Monday, my name is Tel Tanner. In the booth here on a rainy day in Yankton. We haven't had fun weather on one of these days in a little while. Last week we were blizzarding for it. This week it's rainy. Either way, we're talking archery. We've got a lot going on with the Mount Marty archery squad right now. One of the just better programs in the country. Head coach Zena Ross is just doing some amazing things with that program. Once again, they went to nationals in Kentucky now 2 weeks ago and were able to get 4 top 10 finishes at the national competition, including 2 third-place finishes from a freshman and a sophomore. We told you last week on The Locker that we were going to be talking with a couple of these special Mount Marty athletes and some of the performances that they had at nationals, and this week we're making that one come true. We did talk with them last week during that blizzard, but we're airing it a couple days later. Since it's Easter Monday today, we didn't have to ask anybody to cut their holiday short to come in, so we did it a little early. So we talked last week with Zoe Woods, who is a sophomore out of Illinois, a compound bow specialist who got 3rd in nationals, and Danielle Pollard, a freshman out of Pennsylvania who got 3rd in fixed pins. Both those athletes got 3rd, a freshman and a sophomore at nationals. We spoke with both of them, and both of those interviews are coming up here on the Lancer Locker. First things first, though, let's go to our week in review, go over some of the athletics that we saw over the weekend and over the last couple of days. First off, we'll start off with Mount Marty Baseball. Mount Marty Baseball went into the weekend needing a couple of wins. They needed a couple of wins in a really big way. They were on kind of a tough stretch there against some of the better teams in the nation, and have a big weekend they did. They're now 18-13 overall, 4-6 in conference as they went down to Fremont, Nebraska, and got the win over Midland University, the series win over Midland University, 3-1. They won game 1 5-2, game 2 10-9. They did fall in game 3 4-3, but they finished off strong in game 4 13-10. The Lancers will be in action again at home on Friday, 2 p.m. start versus Dordt University at Riverside Field at Bob Tereshinski Stadium. For the softball team, they're now 9-15 overall, 2-4 in conference. This last weekend, they kind of had the weekend off, but they did play on Wednesday. They did fall in a doubleheader to Northwestern College, 8-0 and 4-2. That was over in the Dordt Dome in Sioux Center during that blizzard last week. It was Wednesday when they played. They will be in action on Wednesday this week in Yankton at Sertoma Field here in town on Wednesday. 5 p.m. will be the start of that doubleheader. Kind of a night game here for Briarcliff and Mount Marty. In some of the other sports, we'll talk tennis over the weekend. The women's tennis team is 3-4 overall. They're now 0-2 in conference. Their last game on Friday, they did fall to Midland 7-0, but they will be taking on Doane this Saturday, April 6th, in Crete. The men's team is having a historic season at this point. They are now 2-0 in conference play and 9-2 overall. This is very easily the best Lancer men's tennis team in terms of record we've ever seen. They are going to be playing Doane in Crete, Nebraska on Saturday, 1 p.m. They'll be back in Yankton on April 13th. That is next Saturday, not this upcoming Saturday, next Saturday versus Hastings. Track and field, the men's track and field team, they were at the Wayne State Wildcat Classic over the weekend. The men's and women's team were down there, and they had a very good performance. The Lancers posted 18 top 8 GPAC performances in the first meet of the 2024 outdoor track and field season. They had some really good places, especially in their sprinters. Edwin Niamutswa paced the Lancers with 2 victories on the day. He ended up winning the 100 and the 200, and his teammate Marcus Janofin ended up getting second in the 100. Those two now have the fastest 100-meter times in the GPAC. Lancers got first and second in the 100. They turned in some strong opening meet performances in the 400 and 800 as well. Xavier Prado, Carl Massa, and Cooper Grotenhuis finished 5th, 7th, and 10th in the men's 400. Callie Davis finished 4th in the women's 400. In the men's, Jacob Keeney and Nathaniel Kopetsky finished 1 and 2 in their heat and placed 7th and 8th overall in the men's 800. And then Josie Wallstrom in the women's 800 finished 5th. Those are some of the big performances from the weekend. There's more. You can find more on mountmartyathletics.com. That was the first meet of the spring for outdoor. They'll be at the USD Early Bird in Vermilion Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's a long early bird meet over in Vermilion. Keep going with some of our other sports here. Once again, archery. The archery team just competed in nationals, and they've got that First Dakota Classic coming up here in April 19th and through the 21st, Friday, Saturday, Sunday in Yankton at the National Field Archery Association headquarters. Then they go to nationals in Statesboro, Georgia. Once again, we've got 2 Lancers in the booth this last week. We recorded these interviews a few days ago since today is Easter Monday. We're talking with Zoe Woods and Danielle Pollard. Let's go ahead and take a break here on the Lancer Locker. When we return, we're playing that interview. Zoe Woods and Danielle Pollard were in the booth last week talking about their 3rd place finishes at nationals. My name is Del Tanner. This is KYNT. Let's take that break. We'll come back with those 2 Yankton Mount Marty athletes. This is KYNT.
We were founded on innovation and a passion to help our customers. This is Kenny Wicks at Aztec in Yankton. We want our employees to thrive and succeed. Our core values are more than something we list on a wall. The team continues to grow, so consider a career with us. We have openings in a variety of departments: sign-on bonuses, double overtime, immediate benefits like retirement savings, paid holidays, bonus earnings, tuition reimbursement, and more. Build your career with a group that's built to connect from rock to road. Stop by 700 West 21st Street or apply at aztecjobs.com.
Wherever you are in life, you've got plans. You need health insurance for today and for the future. You need Avera Health Plans. Coverage that connects you to community resources, fitness center incentives, and health coaching. You need a health plan that provides solutions for your business and for your family. Learn more at averahealthplans.com. Avera Health Plans, moving health forward.
Caring for the land is one of the most important, fulfilling things a person can do. If you're looking to add more land to your ag operation or refinance existing debt, Dakota Mac can help. For 30 years now, they've been providing long-term, fixed-rate loans for ag real estate. To make things easy, Dakota Mac has an experienced specialist in your area.
Hi, it's Jeff Wolfgram from Dakota Mac. Call us at 800-682-4578 to learn how Dakota Mac products can work for you.
Have you seen the new UTVs and ATVs on the lot at Lewis and Clark Ford? I'm Brandon Tykrow, and I'm excited to announce that Lewis and Clark Ford is now selling Massimo Motorsports products. We have on hand Massimo UTVs and ATVs with very affordable prices and financing available. Massimo comes standard with winches and touchscreens with the ability to add many more accessories. Stop at Lewis and Clark Ford and check them out, and look for boats coming soon. Lewis and Clark Ford, 4th and Capitol, Yankton.
Everyone loves something different about our buffet, which is good because buffet has something for everyone. This is Annie from Yankton Pizza Ranch. Come in and fill your plate with good food that makes you feel good inside. Don't see your favorite pizza on the buffet? Request it using Buffet Your Way. We'll make it, bake it, and give you the very first slice. Grab the country's best chicken paired with tasty sides and finish off with sweet cactus bread at Yankton Pizza Ranch.
Are you thinking of buying or selling your home? With low inventory and higher interest rates, the process can be frustrating. This is Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate, and I'd love to sit down with you and talk about our current market and how I can help you navigate through the process. Give me a call at 605-664-5555 and we'll explore the possibilities.
All right, we're back on the Lancer Locker here now on, well, it's going to be a Monday when this airs. We're recording this the week before since Easter Monday is coming up. We figured we wouldn't ask you guys to come in then. But first off, we got to welcome you into the booth. Zoe Woods, Danielle Pollard, congratulations on your placing in Nationals over in Kentucky. For a reminder, Zoe Woods ended up with getting third, and Danielle Pollard ended up getting third as well. Elite also ended up getting 4th, and there was a 9th place finish from Catalina Herrera. 4 Lancers in the top 10 at Nationals, led by the 2 of you, a freshman and a sophomore. That's got to be pretty fun. Welcome you guys into the show. So first off, thank you guys very much for joining me today. Congrats at Nationals.
Thank you very much.
So let's start with the 2 of you. I want a little bit of background info. We'll just go left to right as I see. Zoe, can you tell me about yourself, where are you from, and why you chose Mount Marty?
So I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois. I've been shooting for about 12-ish years now, so for a long time. And the main reason why I picked Mount Marty was for the archery team. It's the biggest archery center in the world. So, I mean, you can't get much better than that. So being able to shoot there every day was a huge plus to me. So that's what got me to come all the way out here.
Well, we're glad you're here. What are you thinking of the place so far?
I like it. It's definitely a change of pace from, big city life to smaller, but I enjoy it. It's refreshing, and I'm glad I'm able to be here and just focus mainly on my sport. It's great.
And Danielle, you're a freshman this year, right? So you're just starting your college career. How's it going so far? Why'd you choose Mount Marty?
It was going pretty good, and same reason as Zoe, I chose it for the archery team. Also, our coach is back from where I'm from, so I know her already.
There you go. So you had the connection with Coach Zena Ross already. What did the recruiting process look like then?
It was very easy. I actually met her last year at Indoor Nationals, and we talked about it. I signed up for the college that weekend.
Just right away. You knew this was the place. Mostly because of the coach. Had you even been on campus yet?
No, I didn't. I actually didn't do a campus tour. So first day of college was the first time I saw the campus.
You just knew. You were just right there. So what do you think of the campus then?
It's really nice. It's small, and I actually kind of like that more.
Very nice. Especially coming from, where are you from, Pennsylvania, you said?
Pennsylvania.
West Piston.
Yes.
All right. So how big is West Piston?
I think our population size is like 4,000. It's very small.
Perfect. All right. As we talk about you guys going into nationals now, going into these competitions, I'm looking at some of these things with archery, and I'll be honest, I'm pretty much a novice when it comes to archery. I know you point and shoot and you hope it goes in the right direction. That's about where I'm at. So I see your position, or what you shoot, is compound bows, and Danielle, on your online it says fixed pins. What does that mean?
So like if you ever see a hunting setup, it's very similar to that.
Okay. And what is compound exactly?
The main difference between compound and fixed pin, it's the same bow itself, but compound has a long front stabilizer and a bigger back bar. And then for our sight is the main difference. My sight has a lens in it, which I can see a little bit closer, to where Danielle's has like a 3 pins, but no lens, so she can't see it as close up.
Okay, so you got like scopes on them to be able to get in. Do you ever get into competitions where you're closer and you don't get the scope, or is that kind of just casual? You don't really do that?
For compound, I always have a lens, but the main difference with that is I have to stay clean. Like, I can't drop any points if I have a lens, to where Danielle, she has a little bit more room for error, where she can drop a point or two and still be able to place well. But if I want to place well, I gotta shoot clean. I gotta make sure I don't leave anything out there.
And shooting clean, what does that mean?
Shooting clean means dropping no points. So if you look at a target, you'll see an X and then the scoring rings. Mm-hmm. You gotta keep shooting those X's. You can't, like I said, you can't drop them.
Gotcha. So you got to hit the bullseye every time at a nationals, obviously. If you miss even once, you're done. That's about it.
Pretty much, yeah. It's pretty intense.
All right. Well, obviously, third place at nationals is certainly nothing to be upset about at all. That's very good, especially in young careers. So you go into this, you're going into a national competition with archers from around the country. Did you get to meet any cool people that you knew from the space or wanted to meet that were world champion type of people?
Mm-hmm. Well, at this past shoot, we had a lot of pros there. With how long I've been in the career, I've seen a lot of them, so it's nice to see them. We don't get to see them very often, but for our bigger shoot that we had in Vegas, which I placed first and Danielle had second, that's where we see a lot of world people, and that's really cool. I got to shoot with someone from South Korea. Sweetest guy ever, and it was such an enjoyment to shoot with him. Couldn't really understand him, but it was a great time. We traded off pins, and it was just a good time shooting with him.
You're still just able to have a good time even though there's a language barrier there.
Oh, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Everybody speaks the sport of archery when you're at a national competition, so.
Oh, exactly, yeah. We're all there to do the same thing.
So do you ever get to learn anything from some of these other people? Obviously, you learn a lot from your coach, but when you're at these national meets, do you get to pick their brains a little bit, or what's going on?
All the time.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Like, I think every tournament you go to, you learn something new, whether it's about like how they shoot or better ways to improve yourself. Like, there's always something you learn.
What are some of the things that you were able to learn this year as you are a freshman and sophomore in college? What are some of the things you improved on?
For me, it's definitely working on my equipment. For sure, I was very lucky to work with a pro named Paige Pierce. She helped so much with my tuning on the bow, which is so important when it comes to archery. I mean, you want to make sure your bow is perfect out there, you know? And then also I learned a lot about my mental game and picking people's brains on like what they think about on the line, because archery is honestly 90% mental and probably another 8% is tuning, and then the 2% is the technical part of your actual form, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, just learning from other people about what they think about, what their mental process is, was a huge game changer for me this year.
Let's talk about the actual travel to get to nationals itself in Kentucky. One of the things that I spoke with your head coach about as we were prepping for this interview, and one of the things that I think is just hilarious, how difficult is it to carry bows on airplanes to get to these competitions? What is that like?
It's hard.
It is so difficult.
What is the process? What all goes into it?
Thankfully, most of our cases have wheels on them, so we get to roll them, but they're so heavy. And then we have our backpacks with all our school stuff in it and whatever we can't fit in our bow cases. And I normally pack my clothes in my bow case, but they also bring suitcases with them. So that's 3 things they have to carry through the airport. Thankfully, most of that we don't have to carry the whole way, but it's still getting there. It's hard. And especially trying to load bow cases on a bus, not very fun.
I would say that's the hard part. The airport, it's okay. I mean, you drag it to where you just drop off your luggage, you drop it off, there it is.
Nobody gives you a hassle for having a bow.
Most of the time, no, really. I mean,
they know you're coming, obviously.
Yeah.
You know what your coach has probably prepped them, been like, hey,
exactly.
We're an archery team. We're gonna be on this flight. What do we need to do? So they're expecting you a little bit.
Yeah, and they honestly question it less when you're in a group.
Yeah.
When I fly separately, they're more like, what's in there? A bow? I'm like, yeah, there's a bow in there. But no, as a group, we have no trouble. But like Danielle was saying, the main trouble is the bus. Because we'll get like a 20-person bus. We have 12 people on the team, and we don't have a back part to the bus. We don't have a trunk. So we need to fit 12 people on the bus and all our bow cases and all the luggage. So that gets interesting. That's a great game of Tetris for us.
Do you sometimes carry multiple bows, or does everybody only have one?
Only one to competition. Like, some of us have multiple bows, but we only bring the one that we're actually going to shoot to a competition.
We try to pack light. So, like, personally, like, my bow case is, like, 80 pounds with everything in it. So I need to unpack as much as possible to get that under 50 pounds, and that's a struggle. This past airplane trip was, I think it was at 48 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was cutting it close.
What makes it so, the bows themselves are not 48 pounds. So what makes these cases weigh so much? Is it just how protected they are to keep the bow safe?
We have literally everything that goes on our bow in the bow, like in our bow cases. Like, I have my quiver, my arrows, extra arrows, my release, my stabilizers with weights on them. Like, there's everything.
So it starts to add up.
Yes.
Yeah, in our releases, multiple of us have multiple releases, and those can be brass. So, I mean, it adds up. Binoculars are a couple pounds. I mean, when you add everything together, it really gets up there. And our bow cases aren't small either, so those are a good chunk of the weight as well.
Zoe Woods and Danielle Pollard on the Lancer Locker here. Let's go ahead and take a break. We'll come back with more from these two in a couple of minutes. This is KYNT.
Looking for the perfect meal that hits the spot every time? Look no further than Boss's Pizza and Chicken. At Boss's Pizza and Chicken, they're serving up piping hot, mouth-watering pizzas with all of your favorite toppings. And that's not all. The crispy roasted chicken is a taste sensation that will keep you coming back for more. Whether you're dining in with family and friends or enjoying a night in, order Boss's Pizza and Chicken of Yankton, where every bite is a moment of pure satisfaction.
Are you ready for a hydration revolution? Introducing Ghost Hydration, the ultimate drink to keep you feeling refreshed and revitalized. It's packed with a unique blend of electrolytes and vitamins, giving you the perfect balance to conquer your day. And its variety of mouth-watering flavors will make your taste buds dance with joy. Hitting the gym, going on an adventure, or just need a pick-me-up, Ghost Hydration has your back. Experience the hydration revolution for yourself. Stay refreshed, stay revitalized, stay ghostly hydrated with Ghost Hydration.
At Triple Time Rudy's, not only do you get top-notch fuel to keep you on the move, but it's a destination for delicious local treats. You'll find quality South Dakota products like Dimmick cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. It's your community's pit stop for more than just fuel. Triple Time Rudy's supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers. For all your daily fill-ups and convenience needs, stop by Triple Time Rudy's at 17th and Broadway.
Powerful changes occur when people unite. At United Way of Greater Yankton, we unite people to activate positive change and to make lives better. Help us build a brighter future for all through access to health care, basic needs, a good education, and financial stability. Learn more about United Way of Greater Yankton, our mission, our programs, and how you can help online at yanktonyunitedway.org. Together, united, we are building a brighter future for all.
New starting wages at Parker of Yankton.
Parker of Yankton is excited to announce a new generous wage increase. This wage increase includes all production positions, assemblers, machine ops, setups, and material handlers, plus a second shift differential. Parker provides some of the best benefits in the area, and in case you missed it, new increased wages. Apply today at parker.com.
Parker, engineering your success.
Brandon is super pumped about Runza.
Runza is so sweet.
Especially all their desserts.
Oh, those are the sweetest.
Chocolate, vanilla, and twist ice cream cones, 4 flavors of shakes, chocolate chip cookies, and ice cream sandwiches.
Literally sweet.
Aw, I love your enthusiasm.
Well, I love Runza.
So sweet of you. Come satisfy your sweet tooth. Because Runza makes it all better.
Runza on Broadway by Menards in Yankton.
All right, we are back on the Lancer Locker now with Danielle Pollard, Zoe Woods, getting ready for outdoor season now is kind of what's going on. Now, it doesn't look like it if you looked outside last week at the time of recording this because there was a blizzard yesterday, but have you been able to get outside and shoot it all yet this year?
Not yet. It's been a little too cold, and with certain weather, our bows are affected by it. So with this cold weather, we really wouldn't be able to get outside. But the nice thing about having such a huge range is we've been shooting our outdoor distance inside. So we've really been getting to our practice and starting to get our bows ready. But like I said, just inside, we'll get outside as soon as it gets warm.
We'll go through both of you and kind of what you're looking at for outdoor. We started with Zoe last time. This time, let's start with Danielle. Your outdoor season, what is your range? What are you shooting? What are you prepping for?
It always depends on the competition, but I know for outdoor nationals, we have to shoot 50 meters, which is 55 yards.
So 55 yards, what's your bow? Is it going to be your cross pins, I think you said again, or fixed pins?
Yeah, it's my pins.
So what does that mean? You said it was a hunting style. What exactly goes into fixed pins bow?
So I have 5 pins all set up at 10-yard distances. So I have like a 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. For the 50 meter, I'll set up a 55 pin, and I'll just shoot that at the target the entire time. So.
Gotcha. And it's at 55 yards for outdoor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Zoe, what are you doing for outdoor? Is it same distance, different bow, or what's going on?
Yeah, so I'm at 50 meters as well. I'm shooting my compound setup with, the lens and the long stabilizers. The main difference for me for going from indoor to outdoor is I shoot way tinier arrows. So my arrows I'm shooting for outdoors is actually thinner than a number 2 pencil right now. So having that tiny arrow gets that nice speed to it so it can break through the wind a lot better.
So smaller arrows are less affected by the wind?
Yes, because they're going faster.
Oh,
so the faster you can get an arrow down there, the less affected it is by the weather environments around you.
Gotcha. You've got a little bit of time to prep for outdoor nationals. It's going to be down in Georgia, May 16th through May 19th. You're already going to be out of class, out of school by then, and you're interrupting your summer break because you have to go compete at a national meet. Oh, poor you. But that should be a lot of fun there. You're able to practice all spring, nationals kind of to end the year.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I know we'll have 2 weeks in between of when we're done with school and traveling. So those 2 weeks we'll really kind of go at it, or make sure we're shooting plenty of arrows, get our team rounds practice and ready to go, make sure all of our equipment's good to go, and it'll be a good trip. I'm really excited for it.
Let's talk about you yourselves for a moment, Yankton, your family, everything. We'll start with Danielle again. Can you tell me about your family? Have they been able to come out to some of these shoots or anything like that?
My parents actually just came out to indoor nationals. It was really nice to see them, especially my mom, because she's never been to a competition with me, so that was really nice.
Yeah, being back in Pennsylvania, I guess it's hard to get to Yankton just for a weekend to see you shoot,
Yes.
but since it was in Kentucky, that's a little bit closer.
Mhm.
They going to be able to make Georgia as well?
Yes. I don't know about my mom, but my dad's definitely driving down.
That's going to be very nice. Zoe, is your family been able to come to some of these?
Oh, yeah, most of them. My little sister shoots as well, and it's a whole archery family. My dad coaches. My mom's a true archery mom, so whatever tournaments I'm shooting that she is also shooting, I see them all the time, so it's nice to see them.
So you literally meet them at competitions sometimes?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
That's actually hilarious.
Yeah.
Is it similar to you, Danielle, or how did you get into archery?
I started with my dad, and we always went to competitions together, but I mean, actually this year is probably the first year I shot without him, so.
Oh, that had to be interesting. So you're in the collegiate now. You didn't shoot with him. Where was he at?
He was back home, actually, for Vegas. He was traveling for work, so he couldn't come even if he wanted to.
It sounds like just archery families is just kind of how this goes. It's kind of just passed down. Is that most of the team for Mount Marty as well? Just everybody's kind of an archery family?
Yeah, most of our archery team, or most of the team at Mount Marty, is passed down. I know personally for me, I was the start of it. You know, my dad became a coach when I started archery, and my little sister picked up after a couple of years after me, so I'm the star of that generation, which is, it's rare to see.
So when you talk about getting into the sport itself, getting into archery, for somebody who is interested, maybe wants to try, how would you recommend starting?
I just think probably finding whatever local shop is around you, which may be hard because there's not that many, and then asking to try something out because most will provide lessons for you. They have general bows that you can try out.
And with the archery center in town, there's a pretty good place to go practice if you really want to.
And they have a ton of just like Genesis bows, which are either light or heavy, and they're smaller ones for little kids. I've seen 2-year-olds shoot a bow.
Wow.
Yes. So
I don't know if I would trust a 2-year-old with a bow, but you know what? Good on those 2-year-olds for being able to do that, I guess. When did you start? When did you shoot your first arrow, I guess? How old were you?
I was 7.
You were 7, Danielle? How about you, Zoe?
I think about 9 or 10, about.
I feel like I'd be okay with a 9 or 10-year-old shooting a bow. 2 is too young.
Yeah.
That's too young. I don't think I'd be all right with that.
Yeah, it's hard to trust them, right? You're always like watching, make sure they're pointing it the right way.
Right in the middle of the terrible 2, you give them a weapon?
Oh, exactly. Yeah, it's not a great idea, but people do it though.
Hey man, as long as it gets down, they're shooting in the right direction, everything's good.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Well, anyways, we're going to finish up the show today. I want to give you each a couple seconds to thank the people in your life and tell me about your upcoming Georgia trip here. So we'll start with you, Danielle. When you go into the end of this year, do you have any final message for Lancer Nation going into outdoor nationals in May?
I would just like to thank anyone that's ever been in my life that helps me, like friends, family, coaches.
Just everybody who can help.
Yes.
And Zoe?
Yeah, I mean, like, same. I want to give a huge thanks to everyone because, I mean, being an archer, you need a village. I mean, it's not a one-person thing. I mean, I want to give a huge thanks out to Zena Ross for everything she does and helping us get to where we need to get to. Paige Pierce that comes in and helps us, you know, tune our bows and gives us all her pro knowledge. My dad and my coach up in Sioux Falls, Jack Moulton. I mean, without them, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So, like I said, it takes a village, you know.
Well, I appreciate you both for coming in today, and congratulations again on the top 5 finishes at Nationals. Go get another one and go win this thing out in outdoors.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Thank you both for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. CoreTrust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from CoreTrust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit CoreTrustBank.com today.
Member FDIC.
Carbless handcrafted premium cocktails are a ready-to-drink vodka and tequila-based cocktail with no carbs, no sugar, gluten-free, and only 100 calories. It's guaranteed to be bursting with flavor in every sip. The Carbless Mix Pack is sure to please any crowd with a compilation of all the best-selling ready-to-drink cocktails, including sweet, citrus, and a twist of tequila flavors like lemon lime, black raspberry, cranberry, and margarita. Grab some today. Carbless Cocktails. Less is more. Beef, pork, seafood, poultry, and more. All at the Meat Lodge in Yankton. Get top quality meats at great prices. They have specialty items like lamb, brisket, mahi-mahi, crab legs, and lobster. They even have non-meat options like Dimmick cheese, pickled items, seasonings, and sauces. For your convenience, you can call and order curbside pickup or order online at meatlodge.com. The Meat Lodge in Yankton, on the way to the lake on Highway 52.
When you need to be sure, make it Sureco. Smart Trailer from Sureco is still the most complete line of electric accessories for your grain trailer. Smart accessories such as the 4500 Series HD electric tarp, Pro Trap, and Auto Trap electric hopper doors, and the Drive Max Auger Drive Kit from Sureco both offer convenience and peace of mind for operators. When only the best will do, give us a call at 1-800-474-8756 or find us online at sureco.com. Make it Sureco.
This is Lisa from Slumberland Furniture in Yankton. Our store is inspirational, modern, bright, and our warehouse is filled with the latest in furniture and home decor trends. You'll find the best brand name furniture and quality mattresses with the best customer service possible. Slumberland always guarantees the lowest prices. See us at 2401 Broadway in Yankton.
All right, we're back on the Lancer Locker for the final time on a Monday. It's Easter Monday here in Yankton. We had two athletes in the booth this last week, Zoe Woods and Danielle Pollard. My name is Tel Tanner. Welcome back to the Lancer Locker here on a Monday. Danielle Pollard and Zoe Woods, a freshman and sophomore respectively, getting third at nationals in each of their two competitions. Danielle Pollard got third in fixed pins, Zoe Woods third in compound. Now they're going into the outdoor season. Obviously, it's kind of a rainy, horrible, windy day today. I doubt they were outside today, but they will be here soon. They're going to be competing outdoors in Yankton April 19th and 21st, Friday, Saturday, Sunday here in Yankton, and then nationals in Georgia, May 16th through May 19th. Some of the other Lancer athletics coming up this week. Once again, the softball team is going to be at Sertoma Field in Yankton on Wednesday. Weather permitting, it's still looking like Wednesday is going to be kind of a dreary, windy day. We'll see what happens there. Hopefully, they're going to get those games in, though, at Sertoma Field. 5 and 7 p.m. are the start times for the doubleheader versus Briarcliff University. Then the baseball team will be in action on Friday, and Friday, weather-wise, is looking great right at the moment. Friday is looking like it's going to be sunny, not too much wind. It's going to be amazing for baseball. They're playing Dort here in town on Friday at Riverside Field. 2 p.m. is the start of the doubleheader versus Dort. My name is Tel Tanner. This is the Lancer Locker on KYNT. That is going to do it for our show today. Thanks to Danielle and Zoe for coming in. Obviously, shout out Zena Ross, who's the head coach of that program. We spoke with her last week, and she had amazing things to say about all of these athletes. Congrats once again on your finishes at nationals in the indoor. Good luck in the outdoor. That's going to do it for the Lancer Locker today. I got to get out of here. I'm out of time. But I appreciate y'all for listening, for tuning into the Locker every single week. Next week, we have another couple of special athletes and coaches lined up and ready to roll. We'll see you then. For the final time, this has been